Paano nga ba kinukuha ang converse, inverse, at contrapositive? Gusto mong malaman? Tara't pag-usapan natin yan dito. Manood, makinig, mag-enjoy at matuto. Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is YouMore PH. Andito na naman ang pabibo ninyong guro na punong-puno ng humor and willing to give you more. Narito ako para tulungan ka, na tulungan ang sarili mong matuto sa pamamagitan ng math pinadali, math pinasaya, at math pina-exciting na mathematics lesson. Now, if you find this video helpful, please wag mong kakalimutan na mag-subscribe and i-click ang notification bell para updated ka sa mga latest videos natin dito sa ating channel. And don't also forget to share this to your friends, to your classmates, ate, kuya, tita or tito, mama or papa, na kailangan din ng ganitong mga lessons. Alright? And without further ado, let's get to our discussion. Hi everyone! Welcome sa lesson natin ngayong araw. So for today, we're going to discuss about converse, inverse, and contrapositive of conditional statements. Alright? So bago kayong mag-proceed dito sa topic natin, make sure that you watched my lesson about writing simple statements into conditional statements. Kasi part yun ng topic natin this time para kayo ay makasunod din sa lesson natin. Alright, so let's get this lesson started. So, short review muna tayo ng conditional statements. At yung conditional statements, tinatawag din siya na if-then statement. Alright, conditional statements are those statements where the hypothesis is followed by a conclusion. At yung mga statement na merong if saka then na words. Alright, so it is also known as the if-then statements. For example, if I study my lesson in math, then I will pass my exam. Alright, so may presence na siya ng if, tapos ng then. So, this is now the conditional statement or the if-then statement. Alright, so, let's identify the hypothesis. Hypothesis is yung if na part. Ito yun. I study my lesson in math. Tapos kapag you are asked to have the conclusion, ito naman yung sa then na part. I'll repeat. Kapag hypothesis ang tinatanong, dun mo siya kukunin sa if na part. Tapos kapag conclusion, dun naman siya sa then na part. Okay? So that's it. So yun lang naman ang dapat ninyo tandaan kay conditional statement. Right. So let's define muna yung pinakauna. Converse statement or converse ng conditional statement. So let us define it first. Converse of a conditional statement is formed by interchanging the hypothesis and the conclusion. Alright. So, di ba? Kapag given ka ng conditional statement, ang gagawin mo lang daw kapag converse, babaliktarin mo lang sa hypothesis, tapos si conclusion. So, how do we do that? So, let me give you an example. Alright. So, this is the example for conditional. So, given tayo ng conditional statement, meron kasi siyang if, tapos then, na statement. So, what we are asked to do is to find its converse. Ano kaya ang converse nitong ating given? So, again, balikan natin yung definition. Kapag sinabi natin converse, ang gagawin mo lang daw, i-interchange sa Tagalog, pagbabaliktarin. Alright? Pagbabaliktarin mo lang yung hypothesis and conclusion. So, that's why very important din na alam mo yung parts ng conditional statement. Alright? So, ito yung hypothesis, di ba? Ito yung hypothesis, ito yung conclusion. Magpapalit lang yung dalawa. Alright? Ang magiging if ngayon is ito, ang magiging then ngayon is ito. Pero naka-if then pa rin siya. Parang ganito siya. If you live in Luzon. Alright? So, ito na yan, di ba? Ito ay naging if. Ito ay naging hypothesis. Then you live in Manila. Alright? Ito naman, itong hypothesis natin kanina, naging na siyang conclusion. Alright? So, nagbaliktad lang yung dalawa or nag-interchange yung dalawa. So, that's how you deal with converse statement. Pag babaliktarin mo lang yung dalawa, kung hypothesis siya sa una or sa conditional, dapat magiging siyang conclusion doon sa converse. Kung conclusion siya doon sa conditional, dapat hypothesis naman siya doon sa kanyang converse. And so don't worry, we'll have a lot of practice about this one para ma-practice ninyo kung paano gumawa ng statement under converse. Alright? So let me have the definition naman ng inverse statement. Inverse, kabaliktaran. Ganito yan. Inverse of the conditional statement is formed by negating. So bilugan ko ito kasi ito pinaka-importante. Negating both hypothesis and conclusion. So kung kanina si converse ini-interchange, meaning binabaliktad, pinagpapalit, eto naman, ini-negate mo siya. Or, dapat yung kabaliktaran ng sinasabi doon sa ating conditional statement. So, para mas magets, let's have an example. So, eto yung conditional, same lang din, same given. If you live in Manila, then you live in Luzon. Right? So, ito pa rin yung conditional natin. Bakit siya conditional? May if, saka may then. Alright, so since you are dealing with inverse, ang task natin is to get the inverse of this conditional statement. Ang gagawin mo lang daw, in-negate mo lang yung hypothesis tapos conclusion. So, for hypothesis, if you live in Manila, so magigilang siyang, if you do not live in Manila, right? Do not live. Dagdagan mo na lang ng negative statement dito. Then you do not live in Luzon. So, ganun ang magiging result natin. If you do not live in Manila, then you do not live in Luzon. Diba naging na siyang negative? Alright? Or, in other term, ninegate natin ito. Binaliktad natin yung ibig sabihin ng hypothesis. Tapos ng conclusion. Alright? So, that's how you deal naman with inverse statement. I repeat, ninegate mo lang yung hypothesis sa conclusion. There is no interchanging na nangyari. Okay? So, kung nasaan yung Manila, Manila pa dun sa unahan. Luzon, Luzon pa rin sa dulo. Ang naging kakaiba lang sa kanya is that, nagbago yung meaning niya. Kasi naging negative yung meaning. Alright? Alright. Sige. So, let's have another. So, yung pangatlo na gagawin natin is the contrapositive statement. Ano namang meron kay contrapositive? So, when we define contrapositive, ito yan, contrapositive of a conditional statement is formed by interchanging hypothesis and conclusion and negating both. Alright. So, interchanging. Tandaan nyo ba kung saan ito ginagawa? Very good. Sa converse. Sa converse, ito ginagawa. Yung una nating binanggit. Tapos, yung negating, saan ito ginagawa? Exactly. Sa inverse. Right? Sa inverse mo ito gagawin. So, in short, ang contrapositive is the combination of the two. Combination ng converse, tapos ng inverse. Alright? So, after mong baliktarin, ang una mo kasing gagawin sa conditional statement na given sa atin is, interchange, baliktarin mo muna. Then after that, saka mo siya inegate. Right? So, how do we do that? Yan to. So, ito ulit yung given natin na conditional. If you live in Manila, then you live in Luzon. So, baliktarin mo muna. So, magiging ganyan yan. If you live in Luzon, baliktarin muna kasi interchange muna. Alright? Interchange muna. Then, you live in Manila. Ganyan. Then, after mo siya, after mong gawin yung kanyang interchanging, in-negate mo naman siya. So, magiging ano naman to? Negative nito saka negative niyan. Magiging siyang if you do not, may space yan, do not live in Luzon, then you do not live in Manila. Ayan. So, this is now the contrapositive statement. So, dalawang step tayo kapag contrapositive. Alright? Una, interchange mo muna itong dalawa. Dapat magkabaliktad yung hypothesis and conclusion. Then, after that, saka mo naman i-negate. Okay? Kaya siya naging ganito. Alright, so burahin ko. So, this would be the final answer for contrapositive. If you do not live in Luzon, then you do not live in Manila. Alright. So, parang ganito lang din. Kung gusto mong idiretso siya, para hindi ka na mag-step by step. Pero, better to have it step by step. Kasi nga, para din ninyo ma-practice kung paano ginagawa. Baka kasi malito kayo sa tatlo. Alright? Ganito. Pwede mong i-negate agad ito. Tapos gawin mo siyang nasa unahan. Magiging ano yan. If you did not live in Luzon, ito ang nauna, tapos negative na siya. Tapos ihuli mo to na naka-negative na. Then, you did not live in Manila. Okay? So that's how you do the contrapositive. I repeat, contrapositive, combination ng converse at ng inverse. After mong baliktarin, saka mo siya i-negate. Alright, so let's have more practice. Alright, so let's have this direction at yung task natin. So, gawin mo muna daw siyang conditional statement, gawin mo siyang converse, gawin mo siyang inverse, at kuhanin mo rin siya ng contrapositive na statement. Alright, so eto. So, sa kada number, 4 yung sasagutan. Hindi ka dyan pipili, baka bilugan mo lang kasi ito. No. You're going to do everything. Lahat ng 4 na yan, gagawin mo sa per number, each number. So, ibig sabihin, taga-4 ang gagawin dito sa numbers 1 to number 3. So, if you noticed, yung given dito ay hindi pa naka-if then. Kasi nga, ipapahanap pa sa atin yung conditional statement. So, that's why ang sinabi ko sa inyo na bago kayo mag-proceed dito is you watched first my lesson about simple to conditional statement. Kasi ito yung simple statement gagawin mo siya into conditional statement. Let's have number 1. All lawyer passed the bar exam. So, yan yung simple statement natin. So, paano yan gagawing conditional? Alright. So, kapag naman naka-all, don't worry, hindi na yan inilalagay pa. Pero there would be times na pwede mong ilagay, pwede namang hindi na. Kasi kapag conditional, ibig sabihin niyan, na-generalize niya na lahat. Okay? Nilalahat niya na yung nasa statement. So, kahit walang all, that's understood or understandable. Ganito. Kapag conditional, kailangan magkaroon ka ng if saka ng then dito sa given natin. So, this is my answer for conditional. If you are a lawyer, then you passed the bar exam. So, sir, bakit may yun na nakalagay? Alright? Bakit may yun na? That is fine. Pwede ka kasing magdagdag, pwede kang magbawas, depende sa kung anong hinihingi ng sentence. Kasi kailangan din naman, kahit papaano, although we are not focusing on the grammar here, kahit papaano man lang yung ating pagkaka-construct ng sentence ay maayos. Okay? So, that's why I used you. Ayan. Pwede ngang I. If I am a lawyer, pwedeng ganon. Then, I passed the bar exam. Pero I just chose to have you na pronoun. If you are a lawyer, then you passed the bar exam. So, same lang naman siya ng meaning dito, di ba? Kapag conditional, gagawin mo lang siyang if then, pero the meaning, this is then, the meaning are the same. So, meaning nito ay the same lang. Okay? So, nagkaroon na siya ng if, nagkaroon na siya ng then, therefore, this is already conditional statement. So, yun ang hinahanap sa number 1. Gawin mong if then, yung nasa given. Alright? So, sana na-gets yun. Again, you can have a lot of answers here. You can have a lot of versions sa sagot sa conditional. Kasi hindi ito fixed. Alright? So, kahit ano, basta same yung meaning, tas naka-if then, tama pa din yan. Sabi ko nga, kung ginamit mo ay I, pwede naman. If I am a lawyer, then I passed the bar exam. So, same lang din yun. Check pa din yun. Kasi nga, nagawan mo siyang if then, although, magkaiba tayo ng ginamit na pronoun. Alright? Sige, let's have letter B. Converse. So, tandaan, ang converse ay interchanging. Baliktad. Alright? Dapat tandaan nyo na ito. Converse is baliktad. Babaliktad mo lang yung dalawa. Baliktaran ko lang itong dalawa. Ito ay magiging hypothesis. Ito naman ay magiging conclusion. So, this is the answer. If you passed the bar exam. Ayan, ito yan. Di ba naging unahan na siya? If you passed the bar exam, then you are a lawyer. Atong you are a lawyer, pumunta dun sa dulo. Ayan. So, this is for the converse. Binaliktad lang natin. But, huwag kayong basta-basta lang magbabaliktad. Kasi nga, sabi ko, yung kahit papaano, although we are not focusing on the grammar here, but still, kahit man lang papaano, yung English natin, yung ating construction of sentence ay okay. Or maayos siyang basahin, maayos siyang pakinggan. Alright? So, ganyan. So, dito, naswertihan natin na madali siyang i-change. Pero there would be examples here na kailangan mong baguhin yung does, yung do not, yung mga ganyan. So, later, you'll see kung paano yun nangyayari. Next, let's have the inverse. Si inverse, lagyan ko ng note dito. Si inverse, ang gagawin sa kanya ay negate or nega. Negate ang meaning. Pero, hindi ka titingin sa converse. Okay? You're not going to look at converse. Ang titignan mo lagi is si conditional. Okay? So, si inverse, diba? Kanina si converse, of course, kay conditional siya nanggaling. Si inverse naman, kay conditional pa din. So, mula dito, ito yung ating inenegate. Alright? Ito yung ating inenegate ang meaning. So, paano ito magiging negative yung hypothesis dito? If you are not, lagyan mo lang ng not dito, a lawyer, then you do not. Diba? You did not pass the bar exam. Sorry. Ganito. If you are not a lawyer, then you did not pass the bar exam. Okay? Ganyan. So, naging negative yung ating hypothesis sa conditional. Naging negative na din naman yung ating conclusion. You did not pass the bar exam. Alright? So, ganun lang po kapag inverse. Alright? So, sige. Let's have naman contrapositive. Ayan. So, dito ang kagandahan. So, listen carefully. Ang maganda dito, sa gantong apat ang hinihingi, yung contrapositive, meron tayong technique na gagawin dyan para madali mo siyang makukuha. Okay? So, ngayon muna, pahirapan muna natin ang sarili natin. Pero later, I'll tell you ano yung shortcut dito. Ganito yan. Kasi, supposedly, babalik ka sa conditional. Alright, so yung conditional, di ba ito ay combination kasi, combine. Lalagyan ko ng note na combine. Ibig sabihin, combine ng converse at ng inverse. Okay? So, try ko muna. Baliktarin ko muna to. If you pass, actually, ito na yan. Ito yan. So, if you pass the bar exam, sige, isa-isayin natin. Later, kayo papakita yung shortcut. So, if you passed, baliktarin ko yung conditional. Tingin kayo sa conditional. Ito ang ginagalaw natin. If you passed, baliktarin ko lang muna. The bar exam, then, you are a lawyer. Alright. Tapos, after that, kasi nga combine siya, after you did the converse, you have to do still the inverse. So, magiging not na naman ito. If you did not pass the bar exam, then you are not a lawyer. Alright. So, ito na yung final answer natin. Alright? Ito yung magiging conditional statement. If you did not pass the bar exam, then you are not a lawyer. So, after mong i-interchange, saka mo siya i-negate. Ayan. So, ganun ang contrapositive. So, let me erase this kasi I also have the answer for this one. Ganito yan. If you did not pass the bar exam, then you are not a lawyer. Ayan. So, that's the answer for the contrapositive statement. Now, here's the thing. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na shortcut. Bakit? Ito ay magagamit mo lang kapag pinakuha sa iyo lahat. Okay? Kapag pinakuha sa iyo yung inverse, yung converse, inverse, tapos yung contrapositive itself. Ganito lang. Pwede mong tignan yung inverse. Tingin ka na lang sa inverse. Okay? So, since magkasunod naman si inverse sa kasi contrapositive, tignan mo si inverse. Okay? So, kapag tinignan mo si inverse, then, ang gagawin mo lang dyan, ika-converse mo siya. What do I mean by that? After mong tignan yung inverse, pagpapalitin mo lang yung kanyang hypothesis sa conclusion. Tingnan mo. Tingnan mo itong dalawa, kung ano yung pinagkaiba niya. Pareho siyang not. Kaya lang, nauna na to. Diba? Dito sa contrapositive, nauna, eto. Tapos naging pangalawa, yung you are not a lawyer. So, ibig sabihin, binaliktad lang itong dalawa. Diba? Pinagbaliktad lang. Okay? So, after mo makuha si inverse, baliktarin mo yan, final answer na yan. So, that's the shortcut for the contrapositive. Okay? So, again, ulitin ko, baka hindi pa malinaw. Kapag inverse, ang kasunod sa kapag ang kasunod ng contrapositive or before contrapositive ay inverse, baliktarin mo lang yung hypothesis sa conclusion na nabuo mo. While, on the other hand, pwede rin naman if ever na ang arrangement ni teacher ay conditional, tapos after inverse agad, tapos converse agad, tapos contrapositive. So, kapag converse naman, kapag dito ka naman titingin, may shortcut din. So, eto lang, ang gagawin mo lang dito is, so, since naka-converse na, in-not mo na lang. Diba? If you did not pass, ayan, naging negative lang to. If you did not pass the bar exam, ayan, naging negative siya. Magiging negative din to. Then you are not a lawyer. Okay? So, kung makakagulo pa yan, sa inverse ka na lang tumingin. Tignan mo lang lagi si inverse. Hanapin mo yung inverse sa sagot mo, baliktarin mo lang. So, that's for the contrapositive. Right? So, let's have example number 2. An equilateral triangle is also equiangular. Alright? So, sige. So, let's have the conditional muna. Gawin ko muna tong if-then. Yan yung task natin. Gawin mo siyang if-then statement. So, eto yung sagot natin. If a triangle is an equilateral triangle, then it is equiangular. Right? So, the meaning of our conditional does not change compared doon sa simple statement na given sa atin. Dapat hindi talaga siya magbabago. So, kung anong meaning ng ating given, dapat siya ring meaning ng conditional statement natin. Ayan. So, may mga dinagdag. Di ba? Nadagdag yung triangle. Tapos, nawala din yung also. So, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. That, hindi lahat tayo ay swerte sa given. Kasi nga, there would be times talaga na para maging maayos yung sentence is you have to add something or you have to subtract something. Right? So, even English, may mga nangyayaring ganun na add and subtract para mas maging maayos yung ating sentence. Alright? So, eto, this is how I do it. So, sana makatulong. So, dito sa unang hypothesis natin, so, eto yan dito mo yan kukunin an equilateral triangle. Tapos, dito naman yung part na to is the conclusion. An equilateral triangle, I always ask myself, saan ba kabilang yung equilateral triangle? Or anong klase ba ito? Anong type ba ito? Diba? Kapag equilateral triangle, it is a triangle. Diba? Triangle to. Right? Equilateral nga lang. So, kaya ako dinagdag yung word na triangle para ma-describe ko yung equilateral triangle. Para may descriptor lang tayo na idinadagdag. Alright? Ayan, so, if a triangle is an equilateral triangle, ato na yon. Tapos, conclusion, then it is equiangular. So, although wala nang also, okay lang. Pero kung gusto mong ilagay yung also, then it is also equiangular. Okay lang din naman. Alright? So, that's for conditional. So, again, mas maganda kasi na meron tayong descriptor kahit pa paano. Pero may mga times talaga na mahirap siyang hanapan. So, gawin mo na lang kung ano yung sa tingin mong tama din. Maganda sa pandinig, tapos maayos siyang mababasa. Right? So, let's have letter B. So, ayun So, I'm not discussing subject and verb agreement here kasi nga po, that is not our focus. Right? So, that is, hindi ko rin siya master. Okay? Kaya hindi ko talaga siya kayang may discuss. So, converse tayo. So, converse, ganito naman. Kapag converse, ulit. Kapag converse, baliktad. Babaliktarin mo lang yung dalawa. Okay? So, kung ito ay hypothesis, gawin mo siyang conclusion. Kung ito ay conclusion, gawin mo siyang hypothesis sa converse. So, magiging ganito yan. Mauuna ito, mauhuli ito. If a triangle, naging if na ito. Yung equiangular. If a triangle, so napansin niyo yung first 3 words, first 5 pala. First 5 words, if a triangle is an equiangular, naging equiangular nga lang yung nandito. Equiangular triangle, then it is equilateral. So, nagkabaliktad lang yung equilateral sa equiangular. Alright? So, kasi, ang descriptor din nito is a triangle din. Triangle din kasi yung equiangular. Alright? Kaya pwede siyang gamitin dito sa ating converse. If a triangle is an equiangular triangle, then it is equilateral. So, that's for the converse. Let's do the inverse. Si inverse ay negate. So, kapag ibig sabihin ng negate, eto, balik ka sa conditional ha, babalik ka sa conditional. If a triangle is not an equilateral triangle, then it is not equiangular. Not lang. Right? If a triangle is not an equilateral triangle, then it is not equiangular. So, that's for inverse. Again, baka malito kayo ha. Kapag inverse ang kinukuha, balik kayo sa conditional. Tandaan niyang mabuti. Kasi kapag in-inverse nyo ang converse, yun ay contrapositive. Yun ang magiging sagot ng contrapositive. Kaya, be careful. Kapag inverse, balik kayo. Basta kapag itong dalawa, inverse sa converse, so, babalik kayo sa conditional. Para may shortcut tayo sa contrapositive, di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo na shortcut, baliktaran mo lang to. Hanapin mo yung inverse. Kung ano yung sagot mo sa inverse, pagbaliktarin mo lang sila. Magiging ganito siya. If a triangle is not an equiangular triangle, then it is not an equilateral triangle. Alright, so nagbaliktad lang yung ito. Yung equilateral sa equiangular. If a triangle is not equiangular, diba, then it is not equilateral. So that's for the contrapositive. Alright? So, para ang nangyari dito sa contrapositive, kinonverse lang natin ito. So, we get the converse of this inverse na answer natin. Alright? So, sana kahit paano naging malinaw yung ating discussion. So, let's have number 3 para mas magets pa ninyo before we have our YouMore drill. An even number ends in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. An even number ends in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So, since hindi pa siya naka-conditional, naka-simple statement pa lang siya, let's translate that into conditional. So, magiging ganito siya. So, ang gagawin ko dito, if I'm the one to answer, an even number, di ba? An even number, ito yung magiging hypothesis. Conclusion is, ends in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Ito ang hype, ito ang conclusion. So, an even number, I'm going to ask myself, ano ba ang even number? Ano bang pwede kong ipang-describe sa even number? Ano nga ba si even number? Even number is a number. Diba? Klase siya ng number. So, therefore, I can describe this as a number. So, kaya naging ganito yung aking conditional. Ito yung sagot natin. If a number is an even number. Okay? So, dinagdag ko yung a number kasi nga, descriptor siya nito. Right? So, ayan. So, if a number is an even number, then it ends in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Tapos dinugtong ko na lang yan. Then it ends in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, kung wala kang maisin na descriptor, pwedeng ganito lang eh. If it is an even number, acceptable naman yun. If it is an even number, then it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay lang yan. Depende yan sa agreement ninyo ni teacher. Kung okay yun sa kanya, kasi I'm not the one to check your papers, so your teachers will do. So, you have to ask them kung ano ba yung required or gusto niya na makita sa sagot ninyo. If ever kasi na-practice niyo ito, na may descriptor siya, baka i-require kayo na may descriptor. Pero kung wala naman, since the meaning is just the same, so okay na yun. Alright? So, let's have the converse. So, ito na yung conditional kasi naka-if, saka naka-then na yung statement. Converse is baliktad. Tandaan nyo yan, baliktad lang sa converse. Baliktarin mo yung dalawa. Magiging ano to? Hypothesis, magiging conclusion yung nauna. So, magiging ganito yun. If a number ends, okay, so napansin niyo yung if a number, ganun pa din. Kasi nga, number yung tinutukoy. Alright? Number kasi yung tinutukoy natin. If a number ends, diba? In digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, tapos naging conclusion ito. Then, it is an even number. Okay? So, that's for the converse. Binaliktad lang natin yung hypothesis and conclusion. So, let's do the inverse. Paano nga yung inverse? Saan dapat natin kukuhanin yung sagot for inverse? Very good, sa conditional. So, ininegate natin yung conditional, hindi yung converse. Tandaan na, hindi yung converse ang gagalawin natin. So, dapat yung conditional. So, inanat-nat ko lang ito ulit. If a number is not an even number, then it does not end in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? If a number is not an even number, then it does not end in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So, naging not na yung una, yung hypothesis, naging not na din yung ating conclusion. Right? So, ganun lang. Ganun ang gagawin for inverse. Then, for contrapositive, i-shortcut mo na para hindi ka na mahihirapan. Hanapin mo si inverse, yung sagot mo sa inverse, baliktarin mo lang. So, magiging ganito siya. If a number, so, syempre, descriptor yung a number, so, nandun pa rin siya. If a number does not end, ito yung mauuna, if a number does not end in digit 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, kasi ito yung magiging then na part, then it is not an even number. Ganito. If a number does not end in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then it is not an even number. Okay? So, ganyan lang. Ganyan lang. Madali lang, di ba? Madali lang kunin etong mga ito. So, don't mind your English. Huwag kayong masyadong ma-confuse sa inyong English. Basta, yung ano nyo, yung tama sa pandinig, maayos naman siyang maiintindihan ni teacher. So, yun. So, basta nakuha mo kung paano babaliktarin, paano mo ininegate, so that's still correct. Okay? Sige. So, I guess you are ready for our humor drill. Right? So, same directions. So, ayan. So, we have 1 and 2. So, in-explain ko kanina, baka kasi ang gawin ninyo, kapag may mga ganito minsan nalilito yung mga students, ang ginagawa nila, akala multiple choice. No. You're going to answer each of this. Tanong yan. At ang 4 na yun ay tanong yan. So, therefore, ang nangyayari dyan, so yung number 1, may 4 na tanong. Yung number 2, may 4 na tanong. You don't have to encircle that. Okay? So, sana malinaw tayo doon. Right? I'll pause for a while now, and I'll get back to you to give the answer. But if you still need time, feel free to pause the video. Your timer starts now. Alright, time's up. So let's answer number 1. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So let's have first the conditional. So for conditional, di ba? Ito yun. Ito yung magiging hypothesis, ito naman yung magiging conclusion. So, parang kulang kasi kapag nilagyan natin na if a parallelogram, although, let's see, if a parallelogram, then parang kulang siya eh. If a parallelogram, then it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Parang may kulang sa sentence. May kulang. Yun ay yung descriptor. So, kaya, yung pan-describe sa parallelogram. Ano ba yung parallelogram? You have to ask yourself, anong type ba ito? Saan ba siya belong? Saan ba siya under? Alright? So, ginamit ko ditong term is polygon. A polygon is a parallelogram. Ganon. Right? Pero actually, ito yung naging sagot ko. Pakita ko na. If a polygon is a parallelogram, then it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Alright, so check your answers. We may have different versions of our answer, pero kung feeling mo naman tama na i-translate mo siya na same ang meaning dito, then tamaan mo yung inyong sagot. So, may if tapos may then. So, ang ginamit ko is polygon. Pero, actually, hindi lang naman dapat polygon. Kasi pwede kong gamitin yung quadrilateral. Pwede ko siyang sabihin, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, so acceptable yon. Isa pa, pwede mo rin siyang, yung polygon, pwede kong gawing figure, kasi figure din naman talaga yung parallelogram. So, if a figure is a parallelogram, so tama yon. Pwede rin, sige, mas mababa pa, gawin nating shape. Kasi shape ang naituro sa inyo ng elementary sa parallelogram. So, let's have shape. So, if a shape is a parallelogram, acceptable pa din yan. So, pwede rin naman kung kunwari hindi mo talaga naisip kung saan under si parallelogram. Kung ganito ang sagot mo, tamaan mo din. If it is a parallelogram, wala ka ng polygon kung ano mang quadrilateral yan, diretso ka. If it is a parallelogram, that it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Okay din yan. Right? So, kung ano man din sa mga nabanggit ko na sagot ay somehow pareho ng sagot ninyo, then tamaan ninyo. Okay? Sabi ko nga, there would be a lot of versions ng sagot natin for conditional. Pero, for as long as tama ka, sure ka na yung meaning ng iyong simple sentence ay meaning din naman ang conditional mo, then tama yan. And if you have brother, sister, mama, papa, tita, tito na pwedeng makapag-check kung tama ba ang iyong pagkakatranslate, then you may ask for help. Okay? Kasi yung, yung iba naman ditong susunod ay madali na. So, conditional lang naman talaga ang ating, kasi ito yung basis ng lahat. So, kaya kailangan tama tayo dito. Let's have converse. Baliktarin lang natin ito. Atong hypothesis magiging dulo at magiging unahan. So, magiging siyang ganito. If a polygon, so sabi ko nga since may descriptor tayo, so nasa unahan niya yan lagi. Di na yan mawawala. If a polygon has two pairs, diba? Nauna na to. Has two pairs of parallel sides, then it is a parallelogram. Naging dulo naman yung hypothesis. Let's have letter C. Inverse. Inverse, balik ka. Balik ka sa conditional. Tapos, gawin mo siyang not. If a polygon is not a parallelogram, then it does not have two pairs of parallel sides. Magiging ganito siya. If a polygon is not a parallelogram, then it does not have two pairs of parallel sides. O, naging not ito, naging not din ito. Okay, so naging inverse na siya. Si contrapositive naman, tignan mo lang si inverse. At yun yung shortcut na ibinigay ko sa inyo. Tignan mo lang si inverse, baliktarin mo lang siya. So, if a polygon, so ganun pa rin. If a polygon does not have two pairs of parallel sides, mauuna to, mauhuli to. Alright, then, it is not a parallelogram. So, ito yung sagot. If a polygon does not have two pairs of parallel sides, then it is not a parallelogram. Right? So, check your answers. So, I hope nakakuha kayo ng 4 points for this. And you tell me sa comment section. So, if you want me to check your answer as well for conditional, then you may type your answer. Okay? So, let's have number 2. So, number 2, again, naka-simple statement pa siya. Let's change that to conditional. So, letter A. So, for conditional, a triangle with two congruent sides is isosceles triangle. So, let's make this or transform this into an if-then statement or conditional statement. Alright. So, if a triangle has two congruent sides, so ito na yung descriptor natin, yung triangle. If a triangle has two congruent sides, so ito yung ating hypothesis at ang conclusion, then it is an isosceles triangle. Okay? So, that's for the condition. Ito medyo madali, yung number 2. If a triangle has two congruent sides, then it is an isosceles triangle. So, if you have other versions for letter A, tapos pareho naman yung meaning, then checkan mo yung sagot mo. Alright? Letter B, converse, baliktad nito, babaliktarin natin. If a triangle, kasi descriptor yan, dyan pa rin siya. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle, so siya yung mauuna. It's an isosceles triangle, then it has two congruent sides. So, magiging dulo yung hypothesis, magiging unahan yung conclusion. At yun naging result. Basahin ko ulit. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle, then it has two congruent sides. So, that's for the converse. Pag-usapan natin si inverse, babalikan si conditional. Right? Tapos, inanat natin. If a triangle does not have two congruent sides, then it is not an isosceles triangle. Ito siya. If a triangle does not have two congruent sides, so naging not, naging negative yung una, naging negative din yung pangalawa, then it is not an isosceles triangle. Alright? So, let's have letter D. So, sa letter D naman, contrapositive, tingin ka kay inverse. Baliktarin mo lang yung statement sa inverse. Magiging ganito naman yan. If a triangle is not, nauna na to, is not an isosceles triangle, then it does not have two congruent sides. So, that is for the contrapositive. So, ayan. So, pause nyo muna para i-check yung answers ninyo. So, I hope nakakuha kayo ng perfect for our YouMore drill. So, again, repeat ko lang muna yung contrapositive ha. Etong shortcut natin ay nangyayari kapag pinapakuha sa iyo lahat. Pero kung hindi naman ibinigay sa inyo lahat, kunwari, ang tanong lang is contrapositive lang, then, kunwari, ito lang yung given, ito, saka ito, wala ka pa nito, di mo pa alam ang sagot dyan. So, ang gagawin mo lang, baliktarin mo to muna, tapos saka mo siya i-negative. So, makukuha mo pa rin naman ito. Okay? So, that's it. So, I want to know your scores, and if you want me to check your conditional statement, ayan. So, just comment your answer, tapos, i-check natin. Alright? So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned a lot today, and I want to see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've learned and enjoyed our lesson for today. And if you did, wag na wag kang aalis na hindi ka nakakapag-subscribe and nakakapag-click ng notification bell. And also, let me remind you again that you deserve more, you can learn more, and you can be more. #YouMorePH. Bye-bye! See you in our next video.